I'm gonna get right into it. All right, so we have a couple of statistics on drugs and drug abuse in Hartford. Some read as such from SoberPursuit.com, which is my reference. Statistics show that 5,867 marijuana users are in Hartford. There are 2,569 people abusing prescription meds, something to think about as well. There are 961 cocaine addicts, 436 people using hallucinogens. Think about that for a second. 245 people that use inhalants, and 54 heroin addicts who live in Hartford. There's an estimated that 174 people will be killed by tobacco. 34 people will die from alcohol. That's also a drug if you didn't know. And then there will be 6 lives that will be lost to illicit drug use and 6 deaths due to intoxicated driving this year in Hartford. Wow, something to think about. There will also be close to 740 people arrested for drug charges and around 561 DUIs in Hartford this year. And those are some statistics on drug abuse, because remember, we have liquor, we have drinking, we also have regular drugs, prescription drugs. So those are some statistics that you can take back with you and have.
Well, I took on the perspective of drugs. So I got a definition right here for drugs: of medicine or other substance which has a physiological effect when ingested or otherwise introduced into the body. So I know a lot of time when people hear drugs, they're thinking about street corner drugs, but like we heard from Tim, he was saying that is prescription drugs, and a lot of people are hooked on prescription drugs. And what I learned from Tim, I didn't know alcohol was a drug also. So, but medicine is a drug, and a lot of times people have things that need to be cured and can't be cured naturally. So they have different things set in place that could help you out. Like for people who may have sinus problems, they have different drugs or medicine for that. Or people who have swelling of your feet, or people who sweat a lot, or people anything you can think about, they have a medication or a medicine that could fix it, or they can prescribe you, even hair loss. So anything you think about, they have a medicine or a drug that can help you. So I don't think drugs are all bad, but I know that some drugs can be extremely bad and bad for our community.
Son, what are your experiences with drugs?
Well, some of my experiences with drugs is I had a lot of family members that were on drugs, so I was introduced to drugs at a very early age. You know, I wasn't really introduced to the prescription drug, although going to school they tried to prescribe me a drug called Ritalin or other things to calm me down, but my parents didn't feel like I should be on drugs or any prescription drugs from the schools for my behavior, you know.
Yeah, I feel that fully. My brother, he was actually, he had ADHD, and they wanted to prescribe him with meds as well. He was a ball player, and then we found out that with him taking the meds, it slowed him down.
Oh wow!
So it was like he was like on autopilot, and it wasn't really good for his basketball career. So we had to take him off that immediately, and he just figured out ways to do it naturally, you know, just to control the urges and just control himself. And his basketball career ended up, perspiring type of thing.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. What about you? You had any experiences with drugs or staying sober?
Well, my experiences, I pretty much chose to stay sober for the most part. Just some past things with my family. I just chose to go a different route, type of thing. And I think like my experiences with plenty of friends and family members who do drugs, whether legal or illegally, my experiences would be that it's kind of sort of used as a vice.
Like a scapegoat?
Yeah, like a scapegoat more so, to escape reality, sort of certain sort of things. Like you have, marijuana and stuff like that. There are, some illegal, some illegal in certain states, depending on where you're at. But you have that, it kind of takes you to a place, from talking to people, takes you to a place where you can escape for that brief moment, for that time, you escape all your stresses and whatnot.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, because my experience with people using drugs, I'm not sure they was trying to escape anything. I just know that they were doing it so habitual that they didn't even think about doing it. It was like an everyday thing. It was so natural. It was their second nature.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful. Then you also got the prescription drugs, and the thing about that is, as you keep taking higher dosages of it, Because when prescription meds, when they first was like invented, it was very, very low dosage. And then as people kept getting used to it, they start hiring it. And then what happens is if they hire the rate, then what happens is you start to get numb to it. And then it's like, it's not even effective, it's more like a placebo, which is something that you think is working mentally, but in actuality, it's not really doing anything for you as well.
What's the word called? Placebo?
Placebo, yeah.
Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Realistic Situations vs. People. Please drop a comment below. Subscribe to the channel.
Definitely. Leave for any future topics that you might want us to cover for our future fans. You know, we're here for you, for the people, and to get your opinions on any and everything as well. I want to give a shout out to Larry Love for giving me the Peace Connecticut shirts, reuniting the cities. That's what it's all about, peace, love, and unity.
Definitely. I want to shout out my sponsors, RT Connect. For all you artists out there trying to get heard, we got a talent search right now. Go check him out. He on Google. And for anybody in the small businesses or big businesses and you trying to get some marketing, we want y'all to go Google RT Connect.
Definitely. This is another episode of RSVP. Next week, we'll be talking about the topic of bullying versus being bullied. Thank you and peace.
Peace.
To even try to depict me, do me a favor, grab a Dutch with flavor. I'll break up the words and roll the knowledge. Now you pull the intellect. Wait, hold it. Feel the stimulation and blow the poetry. Now that you've inhaled this poetic high, let's give it a try. What do you wonder when you see a woman living not by what's supposed to be? 5'8", long hair, thick thighs, little booty, and brown skin lay under the blankets of materialism that covers my exterior and traps my interior. You see, I'm a foreign lesson unknown to you, so approach me with caution. My mind is dense and hard, a beating nightmare. Athletic, ambitious, and outgoing are traits that don't create me. I'm a fiend for pulling a trigger and blowing away ignorance. I despise the fools that label themselves because society said so. Don't define me because definitions are best friend to Webster, and don't try to look for the 411 of me because Wikipedia won't tell you the full truth. My swag busts through like a good nut and leaves them thinking, what? My attitude doesn't reflect what they thought, but what they see in me. You see, I'm a rebel to the rules and a conformist to the abnormal. Most eyes that are set upon me see an image of a male. Why? They say men wear this and women wear that. Claimed who? Well, I wear those and these, so I am this and that together. My uniqueness is fed as different, but swallowed as judgment. And I have a personality that isn't personable, I must confess. An emotion you can never configure. It's no advertisement. You see, women snicker when I pass by because they're intrigued by my mystery and trapped by the closet. Men beam when I walk by, showing they're lit because they think I got in between their woman split. I laugh because if my clothes were off, those men would hit. Now let's penetrate a little deeper. You roll the knowledge this time. People like me get killed for their existence, and when I die, I'm going out smiling, knowing I was me. You see, many wear masks because they're horrified by who they really are. Now please watch down what I said with a glass of sense, because we got to make it common to the people so they understand. My sexuality isn't my preference, it's only my resource. What is me? Poetry is me. Music is me. A white rose is me. Genesis 6 is me. Darfur is me. 4 little girls in Alabama is me. Flight 370 is me. Fort Hood is me. Matthew Shepard is me. Trayvon Martin is me. Troy Davis is me. Love is me. Pain is me. War is me. Terror is me. You see, the woman in New York City that holds the torch is me. Discover something. It's seen. It's felt. It's known. And it's lived. Who am I? You are me. Peace.